Imagine opening your eyes one morning and just sensing something is wrong, but it's so quiet and slow that no one really sees it happening. Have you noticed how conversations seem lighter? How entertainment feels more like noise than meaning? How people seem to know every detail about a celebrity but don't understand the deeper issues shaping their own lives? We're surrounded by endless information, but real wisdom? It feels rarer than ever. Let's talk about something that might feel uncomfortable. Is our society becoming less intelligent day by day? And if so, what can we do about it? Stick with me till the end. What I'll share there might shift how you see everything. If you're new here, take a second to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone thoughtful. And please, tell me in the comments how you feel about the state of things today. We need voices like yours, because only together can we lift the fog and find clarity again. To understand why we're slipping into a world of shallowness, we have to be honest. The very things we created to make ourselves smarter, the internet, social media, school systems, are sometimes doing the opposite. Think about it. We have access to more knowledge than all of history combined, but studies show attention spans are shrinking. People have more trouble than ever separating truth from lies. We're flooded with information, but we've forgotten how to actually understand it. Nietzsche warned about this. He described the last man, someone who avoids anything challenging, lives only for comfort, and doesn't care to think too deeply. Sound like today? Neil Postman wrote about it too. He saw a world where entertainment would swallow everything, even the serious stuff. We wouldn't be informed, we'd just be amused. So why has this gotten worse recently? One reason is that our brains love the easy way out. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman explained how we prefer simple, fast answers instead of slow, careful thinking. And the way our world is built, from apps to ads to news feeds, encourages that. Everything around us is built to grab our emotions, not our minds. Viral posts, memes, headlines, they spread not because they're true, but because they're catchy. Meanwhile, thoughtful discussion gets drowned out. Compare this to how people used to learn. In ancient times, students would spend years debating deep questions. Today, the loudest voice wins. When was the last time a trending video challenged your worldview? Made you stop and reflect? Compare that to the flood of stuff that just keeps you scrolling. That's the problem. Too much noise, not enough meaning. And when deep thought fades, manipulation thrives. False news spreads faster than truth because it's designed to make you feel, not think. Our society is drifting away from critical thinking. Schools care more about test scores than curiosity. Media prioritizes shock over substance. Entertainment rewards outrage, not understanding. But the first step to fixing it is seeing it. If we can recognize the problem, we can choose differently. We can slow down, read deeply, talk honestly, ask questions. It's not easy. It takes courage to go against the grain, to step away from what's popular, to say, I want more than this. Descartes said, great minds can do great good or great harm. The same tools that dumb us down can lift us up, but only if we decide to use them wisely. Take a look at how you spend your day. Are you filling your mind or numbing it? You're not alone if you feel overwhelmed. This is how society has been trained to act, but we can change that, slowly, deliberately. We can rebuild our ability to think. Pinker explained how our brains adapt. When we feed them short content, they start craving it. We lose our patience for anything deep. Thinking becomes a lost habit. Culturally, we've sidelined the wise and replaced them with influencers. The goal isn't truth, it's engagement. Algorithms reward clicks, not insights. And suddenly, fame looks like wisdom, but it isn't. Schools? Many just teach kids how to pass tests. Dewey once said education is life, not just prep for it. But today, it's checklists and deadlines. No room for original thought. And when we're trained to look for simple answers, we lose tolerance for complexity. But the most valuable wisdom often lives in the messy middle. Carl Jung talked about this too. Real growth comes from facing contradictions. But we want certainty, even if it's fake. That's what makes us easy to control. Politicians, advertisers, they know we'll fall for bold statements over careful ones. And so they flood us with slogans, not ideas. Think about how many arguments online are loud, confident, but empty. That's not just annoying, it's dangerous. Hawking once said the illusion of knowledge is worse than ignorance. And here's another layer: memory. We're so busy consuming the new, we forget the old. Our ancestors passed wisdom through stories. We pass it through disappearing reels. Santayana said, "Those who can't remember the past are doomed to repeat it." And we're seeing that now, over and over. But all is not lost. We can build something better. And it starts with very small choices. Choose content that stretches you. Sit in silence. Ask good questions. Think slowly. Read things that aren't easy. Kierkegaard warned that noise keeps us from knowing ourselves. So, try silence. In silence, we think, we notice, we wake up. Then start asking questions like Socrates did. Don't accept everything at face value. Ask, who benefits if I believe this? Where is the proof? Thinking for yourself is hard. It can feel lonely, but it matters. Kant once said, dare to know. So, pause. Are your habits sharpening your mind or softening it? Because here's the real danger. This decline in intelligence isn't just happening randomly. It benefits someone. When people are distracted, emotional, and shallow, they're easier to manage. It helps those in power when we don't ask hard questions. When we're entertained, we're not resisting. Think of ancient Rome. Bred in circuses. Keep the people fed and entertained, and they won't notice corruption. Foucault explained how modern power doesn't always use force. It uses attention. And the more distracted we are, the less we see. But stupidity isn't just distraction. It's also division. A smart, united public is hard to control. A distracted, divided one? Much easier. So, misinformation spreads. Labels replace thinking. We argue over tribes, not ideas. Christopher Lasch said we're becoming self-absorbed, obsessed with appearance and validation. When validation becomes the goal, truth disappears. Today, attention means money, and that means being loud often pays more than being right. Noam Chomsky said it best, propaganda is to democracy what violence is to dictatorships. Control what people see, and you control what they think. But this isn't just an external problem. It's also personal. Every time we choose distraction, we help build this world. And that's where the hope is. Because if we help build it, we can help change it. We can choose focus. We can choose truth. We can choose to think. But it takes courage. Viktor Frankl said that between stimulus and response, there's a space. And in that space, we choose. So slow down. Ask why. Think twice. Start with awareness. Why am I watching this? Who gains if I believe this? Then build discipline. Read things that make you think. Listen to people who challenge you. Finally, talk. Really talk. Not argue. Share ideas. Ask questions. Listen. Martin Buber spoke of encountering others as full humans, not just arguments to win. That kind of dialogue can change everything. You might wonder, is it too late? Can things get better? History shows it can. The Renaissance came after the Dark Ages. Wisdom returned before. It can again. It doesn't start with the powerful. It starts with people like you. The world won't change overnight. But you can. And maybe that's where everything begins. But here's something that might shake you a bit. Most people won't do this work. Not because they can't, but because it's uncomfortable. It's easier to scroll. It's easier to follow trends. It's easier to stay busy and distracted than to sit with your own thoughts. But if you're still here, listening, then maybe you're not most people. Because deep down, I think we all feel it. That quiet tug inside us that says, this can't be all there is. That maybe life isn't supposed to be this fast, this noisy, this empty. That maybe we weren't meant to just consume endlessly, but to create, to reflect, to understand. that maybe thinking, really thinking, is still one of the most powerful things we can do. Now, I won't lie to you. Choosing to think clearly in a world that rewards confusion is hard. You'll feel isolated sometimes. You'll start noticing things that others miss. You'll ask questions that people don't want to answer. And that can feel lonely, but you'll also feel awake, alive, anchored in something real when everything else feels fake. And slowly, that starts to change how you live. You stop reacting to everything. You choose your inputs more carefully. You seek out conversations that actually mean something. You learn to sit in silence without needing to fill it. You become more patient, more curious, not because you're trying to be different, but because you've started to see how costly it is to be the same. And if you're thinking, what difference can I make? Don't underestimate yourself. Every time one person chooses awareness over apathy, that's a crack in the wall. Every time someone values truth over popularity, that's a seed planted. It spreads, quietly, slowly, but it spreads. Because here's the thing no one tells you. Society doesn't wake up all at once. It wakes up one mind at a time. So be that mind, not perfectly, not loudly, but consciously. Turn down the noise, seek the signal, ask better questions. Pay attention to what you're giving your attention to. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to care enough to try.